Hello, hello, awesome people. Thank you for being here in day three of Diary of a Digital Entrepreneur, Traveler. And uh, as you know, I am in Durango, Colorado. Today was the first day of the advanced campaign design for a workshop of Jeff Walker. It was amazing, very intensive from 9 to 6. A lot of ideas, a lot of content, a lot of awesome people, brilliant minds there, not just Jeff, but the team and all the other students or people that we enroll there. I mean, just amazing people. I There's so much I would like to tell you, but obviously I cannot summarize in 5 minutes what I learned today in 9 hours. So I'm just going to give you the two most important takeaways that I got today, and it might seem simple, but hear me out. Number one, number one is never assume that if you're a digital entrepreneur and you have an email list, or you're not a digital entrepreneur, but you have some digitalized part of your business, like you have an email list, or you have a YouTube channel with subscribers, or a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group, Instagram followers, whatever it is. If you have, let's call them subscribers, followers, and you send communications often, never assume that they care about what you are saying. Sometimes it's easy to think that our ego makes us think that because they subscribe, they care about what we're saying. But often that is not the truth with a big chunk of them. We might see like 30, 40, 50% open rates, or a lot of likes or whatever it is. But sometimes they, even if they open the email, they don't really care. And sometimes they open it and they delete it. So never assume that. Always keep in mind that you need to tell them a story. You need to convince them to read the email, watch the video, hit that like button, or whatever it is. So always keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that it is very different for the kind of people that you are sending it. If you're sending it to prospects that have never bought from you, that's one thing. If you send it to customers that have bought something from you, that's another thing. If you send it to people that are very high end or loyal customers, that's a different thing. And today I saw an example of that when I sent an email to my subscriber list, and I got two emails. I was sending an email talking about how I was going to go to Jeff Walker's workshop today. One email was from someone that has never bought from me. He subscribed to my email list and has subscribed to some of my free courses. I don't know if he did it or not. And he responded to the email saying something like this: Hi, Gustavo. Just to let you know, I have never really cared about what you say in your emails. But today, blah, 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 whatever he said after that, that doesn't really matter. But the important thing is that he told me clearly he didn't care about what I say in my emails. And I know that that happens with a lot of people that subscribe to an email list or YouTube channel or Facebook group, whatever. But I guess it's, in reality, it's good to hear that sometimes, because that reminds you you need to write a story to convince them to read the whole thing or watch the whole video. Always be telling the stories. And then the other person who is a friend now, she is a student of mine, good student, and we have built a really good relation. Um, but We weren't friends before she became a student. First, she became a student, and then we became friends. Her response to the same email was, "Wow, so I read that, and I was super emotional as I was reading the email." So it's very different, the reaction for your different leads, prospects, whatever. But all of this takes us to one place, which is if most of the people in your subscriber list are not clients and they don't care as much, sometimes you may think, oh, I already told them this about this sale, this offer, this new product that I'm launching or whatever. I already told them 2 times, 3 times. Maybe you need to say it 5 times or 10 times. Just find a reason and a story, something to tell them again, because sometimes they don't care. Be mindful of who opened the email and who didn't, and maybe resend an email to those who didn't open. Be very aware of that. And obviously, I know this is nothing new. We already know that. But the thing is, are you implementing? Are you really on top of that? Because that simple thing can mean increasing your sales by 50%, doubling. So be aware of that. Second takeaway is what was it? Oh, yes. Always try to write the title of your product or service with that uh, as a result based title. So often we talk about how important it is to talk about the benefits when you are making an offer, right? If you follow me, you know that I say this in my courses constantly: benefits, benefits, benefits. But they were talking to the in the course about taking it a step farther. Even in your title, it needs to be result based. So, for example, if you're selling a service for Meta ad campaigns services, that's not a result based title. You could focus it on increase your sales, your leads with Meta campaigns, ads, or whatever. But make sure that the result is in the title. Obviously, this cannot be applied to everything. If you're selling shoes, it might be more difficult because a particular shoe doesn't have a title. But depending on how you're selling, if you're selling online or not, maybe you can. Just try to figure out a way to include the result, sorry, in your title to make it result title based, well, whatever, you follow me, result based title. And that will be the second one. Just that little tweak might mean an increase of 5, 10, 20% in sales. So keep that in mind. And then the another one that I would like to mention is that you know how if you're an entrepreneur, there's a lot of people that always like to give advice and they have no clue about what you're selling or they have never had a business or but they like to start telling you how to run things. And sometimes it can get annoying. But the thing is that it can also be productive and useful. The problem is that when we have all these people telling us how to run our business and what to do or how to sell more, and they have never sold, they have never owned a business, they have no idea what we do, it gets kind of annoying. So instead of just letting them do it, you take control of that, organize it, because it can be useful. Organize it, structure it, figure out what you want to ask, get people that are not in the box of your business and do not that don't own that because you have been in your business for a while. You probably already think that these things are supposed to be like this and whatnot. They have no necessarily limits in what they are thinking because they know your business, your industry. So ask them questions, but structure the questions. Figure out how to go through that process to get those ideas out of them and brainstorm without judging and let them get everything out, but in an organized manner. And maybe with 3 or 4 or 5 of them together. With this, you'll get a lot of ideas. Most of them will be useless, but some of them might be gold. And second, you probably get them to stop giving advice when you are not asking for it. Anyways, those are the three takeaways that I wanted to share with you. Obviously, I am trying to summarize in 5 minutes or probably 7 by now. Something that we've talked today about. I mean, we've talked for 9 hours. There's a lot of content. These people are just amazing, brilliant, and I cannot give you everything in 5 to 7 minutes. But those are three takeaways. Definitely look into Jeff Walker, learn more about him and his system. And that's all for today. Wonderful, amazing people. I'll see you in the next episode. And right now, I'm going to have dinner with all Jeff. With all these wonderful people. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And now let's see if I know how to turn this off. Yes, I know.